Time for Around the Ozarks in 5, brought to you by Talking Rocks Cavern. Explore the beauty above and below ground at Talking Rocks Cavern. The Springfield Greene County Park Board reminding you to go play, and Roto-Rooter Plumbing and Drain Service. Call Southwest Missouri's best plumber today for a free estimate. Here are your hosts, Ethan and Sarah Forhetz.
Good morning. Good morning. Here we are on Tuesday. We're back for more. We were here Monday. We're back for Tuesday, and it's a chilly one this morning.
Oh, no doubt. And wet, too, at least overnight. So hopefully you are careful on the highways and byways. Here is some news for you. We are expecting some wintry weather today, especially depending on where you are. Worse to the north, I think, of Springfield. But school districts, either way, are making some decisions this morning, dark and early. So make sure you check with your school district before you head that way. And then stay tuned for Wake Up Weather with Abby Dyer to see what she is expecting in today's forecast.
Yep.
What and when, right?
Got to do it. It happens this time of year.
Yeah, there you go. Missouri Secretary of State and gubernatorial candidate Jay Ashcroft was the victim of a pretty serious crime, swatting. He and his family were victims of someone calling in a bogus police report. Police arrived in Jefferson City at his home because they thought a shooting had taken place there. But again, it was all bogus. Police responded not knowing the situation. And Ashcroft had to walk out of his house with his hands up before police then realized that it was a hoax. Fortunately, no one was hurt. Also, we know that in these situations, it's very difficult for police to track down and figure out who called in the false alarm.
Yeah, it's a serious deal. It's just happened to a handful of lawmakers now. And it started, I think, with people playing video games and on headsets and getting angry with somebody and then calling in a hostage situation at their house and freaking everybody out.
Well, and in some cases, I know of one in Kansas that turned deadly. There was one in Marshfield that I cannot remember if it turned deadly, but it was very serious because of consequences that followed something that was never even a thing. So, well,
yeah, police are thinking one thing and they respond with that
going in with the mentality.
Mind.
That someone's. Yep.
It's very, very scary. Okay, we're going to talk about schools a little bit. Will Robertson Elementary School stay open or will it close? The Springfield School Board is expected to make that decision tonight. The school is more than 100 years old. The number of students there attending the school has been declining over recent years. It's down to less than 150 students at this point. The SPS administration has recommended that the board close the school and send those students to Boyd Elementary School, which is just a brand new school, just 2 years old. The school board will hear public comment prior to a vote tonight, and that meeting starts at 5 p.m. And the last time they had a meeting, there were a lot of people who were voicing their opinion, most of them parents of students at Robertson saying, keep it open. So we'll see what happens. And here we are in 2024, which is still weird to say, and federal COVID money is still being given out. Quite a ways from COVID. The Greene County Commission just gave out its latest round of grants, totaling more than $600,000 this time around. Small businesses in Greene County received the cash. The most was a little more than $29,000 given to Limo Land to help them out. Greene County's had more than $4 million. I should say Greene County still has more than $4 million of its roughly $57 million of COVID money to give to businesses that were negatively affected by COVID.
Wow.
A lot more to give out.
Yeah. All right. The Community Blood Center of the Ozarks is now working with a hospital in Kansas. CBCO is now the exclusive provider of blood, plasma, and platelets for Labette Health in Parson, Kansas. The new relationship means CBCO provides blood to 45 hospitals in Arkansas, Kansas, and Missouri.
That's great.
And they could always use your help. Yes.
Yeah. It seems like they're always short.
Yeah, we told you about Houlihan's in South Springfield closing its doors. Now the Golden Corral on the north side of town is also following suit, closing its doors for good. The location on North Kansas Expressway in Springfield had a note taped to the door saying that it was no more thanking customers for 18 years. Now, before everybody freaks out, the one on the south side of town is staying open because we drive by the one on the south side of town
Yes, we do.
more often. And no matter what time you drive by, it's packed.
It's packed. It's packed all the time. I was blown away when, I'm not on the north side to see that one very often, but I was very shocked that they were shutting down, given the fact that the one on the south side is busy constantly.
Yeah. Well, I have not been to the north side of Houlihan's in a long time, but I was talking about this story just the other day about the one on the south side closing.
Houlihan's.
And they said, of Houlihan's.
Yeah.
And they the opposite of that. They said that the north side Houlihan is always packed and the south side one never was. And
it's interesting.
I know
how that would be. But it is. That's the case.
So, there you go for Golden Corral. And now to this. Branson just got a new sandwich shop as well. So this is a new business opening there. It's called Mythical Witch. Sort of like sandwich, like WICH, Mythical Witch.
But it sounds like witch, the other kind of witch.
Right. It's weird. It offers sandwiches and all-day breakfast. The owners of the new place also own Gettin' Basted in Nixa and in Branson.
Okay. Who doesn't love
kind of like
sandwich?
witch, witch, I don't know. Mythical Witch.
We were in
we'll see how that goes.
Where were we? We were in Colorado, I guess, or maybe Kansas City driving through. But you were explaining to the kids the witch and how how it's different. It's the same word, but it's different spelling, different meaning, and blah, blah, blah.
Thank you, English language. There are lots of those.
There are lots of those. Yeah, it's a tough one to learn. I'm still learning. AI creators are the target of another lawsuit now, this time from the writers of nonfiction. They claim that OpenAI and Microsoft stole their intellectual property without permission to train their AI systems on history and other things. The writers are seeking up to $150,000 per infringed work. So that could add up very quickly. We told you weeks ago that the New York Times is suing AI makers for the exact same thing, because AI, to begin with, doesn't know anything. You have to put the info into it so that it learns it. And where do you get that info? Well, apparently from, according to this lawsuit anyway.
From humans that have actually written about said events.
Right. They studied, they did the research and did all the work and expect to be paid for that work. And newspapers, the New York Times, who, keeps up to date on what's happening in the world. So, interesting.
We're teaching robots to be smarter than us. It's a problem.
It's all falling apart.
It's all falling apart. It's a problem.
Yeah. People of St. Louis, meanwhile, will get to vote on how to spend $250 million from a settlement with the team's former football team, or with the city's former football team. The Rams left St. Louis for Los Angeles, as you'll recall, back in 2016. The city, then the county, and the St. Louis Sports Authority sued, claiming the NFL knew in 2013 that the Rams planned to relocate, but lied in denying that, and that the league ignored its own relocation guidelines in allowing the move. So the NFL and the team settled. St. Louis County is getting an additional $169 million, and the Sports Authority is getting $70 million in that settlement. But what the story is now is that the city of St. Louis, the city government, is asking the people of the city of St. Louis, how should we spend that $250 million that's coming in from Kroenke and company?
All right. Finally, speaking of sports, the Tournament of Champions is in town in Springfield Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Super exciting. It's always a good time. Happening at the Great Southern Bank Arena in Springfield at MSU's campus. This is the 39th year for that tournament, and it always brings some of the best in high school basketball to the area. Teams very good, individual players very good, and they will be featuring teams from California, Georgia, Washington, Virginia, a couple from Springfield, really all over the map. They are going for the top ones. So that's
it's always so much fun to watch those games and see the level of talent involved on those teams. I mean, a lot of them are basketball factories. You know,
Right.
they recruit and they bring in players, but whatever. They're really good players, and it's fun to watch. I'm still looking for tickets for Friday night. If anybody has any, I told you yesterday to send me a message on Facebook, but then I didn't check my messages on Facebook today. So
Yeah,
sorry.
you're
Or yesterday.
not good at that.
Yeah, but I will try to do that today.
Yes, but I still love you, but you're not good at checking messages. That's all. Okay. Speaking of tickets, we want to tell you about a contest happening right now at aroundtheozarks.com. Go to the website, aroundtheozarks.com, click on the word contest, and you can enter to win Kansas City Chiefs tickets to the wild card game.
Yeah.
So
that's a big deal.
You can go for free, people, for free,
right?
Which would be awesome. So
and a lot better odds than the lottery. I'll tell you that much.
Way better odds than the lottery. Yes. Yes.
I would enter to win if I could, but they told me I was not allowed to.
Yeah,
Wouldn't
I
it be funny
know.
if we
Sometimes there
pulled our
are
own
like
name?
contests that I really want to take part in, and I can't. At aroundtheozarks.com, also like at radio stations that I've done news for, I'm like, but I want to be a part of this, and
Right.
I can't. It's such
Apparently,
a
they
bummer.
think it would look fishy if you and I won.
But would
be
it? I mean,
great.
it's a random drawing, you know? I was also, as you know, I've applied to be on Survivor 4 times. And I used to worry about, like, when I was in television, like, oh no, what if Survivor calls me and then I have like this conflict because I'm in television, actually on a different network. At the
Different
time,
network
too.
is the key there.
Whew. But you know what?
alas,
Survivor never called.
They
They never
never
called.
called.
Even though I have an interesting story, I have
Yeah.
1 million siblings.
Yeah.
I
And
some people think
you're,
it's cool that I was raised in Oklahoma, Cherokee Nation, Indian reservation. People think that's cool. I've had people ask me before if I was raised in a teepee. The answer is no, but it's still a fascinating question for purposes of the show. But they don't care.
and your submission videos were shot really, really well. I'll tell you that.
Thank you, Ethan, for that. And I met Mark Batterson one time. And we have a really weird last name. So I felt like, listen, remember this last name.
You're
gonna
wrong guy.
see
You said the wrong guy.
Mark Batterson. Oh, he's
Yeah.
my favorite author. Sorry. Mark, Roma Downey, Mark Burnett.
Yeah. The
And,
creator of Survivor.
I thought, what are the odds that I get to meet Mark Burnett? You know what I mean? Not many people get to do that. And I got chosen to interview him. So then I felt like while I had his ear, I was like, listen, you just need to know that I've sent 4 resume tapes to Survivor. This is my last name. And he just looked at me like I was crazy.
And still nothing. Yeah.
Still nothing. Anyway, where were you going with that? Oh, the contest. Yeah.
their-
So Ethan and
their
I are
loss.
not entering, but you can enter right now at aroundtheozarks.com. Get on it.
Yeah, and I mean, check there daily because they have great contests. We give away a lot of really good stuff around the Ozarks. You can also check out the other podcasts there. We have sports podcasts. We have radio history podcasts. We have what else?
Abby
We have
Dyer.
Abby Dyer's Wake Up Weather, which is important this morning to pay attention to. Lots of podcasts, and we're adding more all the time. So check it out.
Yeah. All right. That's it. There was my soapbox. I didn't even know that I was going to get on it, but
Well,
I'm
that's
off it now.
the best part. That's the best
Yep.
part. All right. Have a great Tuesday and stay safe out on the roads. We'll see you back here on Wednesday.
Bye.
It's time for Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather, sponsored by Scooters Coffee and Rescue Towing. Here's your host, meteorologist Abby Dyer.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to your Tuesday. It's January 9th, and if you are heading out the door right now, I hope you have your winter gear with you. Winter weather in the Ozarks again today. We are talking about conditions that are going to be rather blustery at times. High winds today out of the northwest. Our high temperature happens very early today at 36 degrees for the high, and we're falling throughout the afternoon. So not great day in the Ozarks to be outdoors, that is for sure. Yesterday, we had some of that winter weather, and there was some impact on the roadways in the Ozarks, primarily in our northern counties, but also out east. We saw some of that improve overnight tonight. So roads first thing this morning are not so bad. I think the morning drive is going to be much smoother than the afternoon drive in many locations because temperatures have been above freezing overnight. We've had some time to do some of that melting on the area roadways after the slush melted off yesterday. But winter weather is definitely the headline in the forecast again today. I've got this combination of winter weather. There could be some cold rain out there today, but I think primarily what we see on the radar today is snowfall because we are now on the cold side of that low pressure system that brought us all the rain yesterday. Yesterday, we had that incredibly strong southwest wind. Today, well, we're on the backside of the cold front, so it's going to be a northwest wind that is just whipping and dropping our temperature through the course of the day. All the winter gear necessary today. I mean it. Dress in layers. Pack the snow shovel and the ice scraper in the car today. You may be cleaning off the windshield wipers as you leave work later this afternoon or evening, as I think snowfall starts to build back in by mid-morning, and we keep that on the radar through most of the early afternoon hours. And then all those snow showers will come to an end shortly after the evening drive tonight. Accumulation, though, possible in the Ozarks. That's the headline for you. It's not a lot. Doesn't take a lot to make some slick spots, though. We learned that yesterday. So even though we're not talking these huge snowfall totals, I want everybody to be prepared today. Even a small amount of snow can really make things slick. And the difference today is that the temperature is going to be much colder. So we won't have any of that initial melting. I think it will stick once it falls today. And I'm expecting that we see temperatures back below the freezing point around midday. About 30 degrees by 4 p.m. And of course, we fall from there back into the 20s overnight tonight. So there could definitely still be some slick spots around tonight, even after our active snow showers have ended. This snowfall, though, and winter weather, not just for us in the Ozarks, we have winter weather advisories in place for most of southwest Missouri and northwest Arkansas. The exception here is our far southeastern counties. But this winter event is stretching all the way through the Ohio River Valley. And boy, we were talking active weather late last night. And today, the headline is severe weather off to the East Coast. Winds and wind chills, a big headline in this forecast too. This is a minor winter weather event in terms of how much snowfall we're going to actually see, but it's going to feel downright cold in the Ozarks. Not quite as cold or as windy as it was yesterday, but I'm still expecting wind gusts over 30 miles an hour. Wind advisories out for all of northern Arkansas, and this puts the wind chill value on Wednesday morning near zero. I mean, it's going to be dangerously cold out. So dress in layers, lightweight, warm layers is the best way to do it. Travel may become difficult, though, because of these wind chances, and just limit your time outdoors if you can over the next 24 hours. It's going to be cold and wintry in the Ozarks. The best chance for accumulating snow is going to happen still. This hasn't changed up along Highway 54 and points to the north. That's where we could see amounts totaling 2 to 4 inches of snowfall. I think for the I-44 corridor, we're talking about an additional trace to 2 inches of snowfall. So again, this is not going to be this big, huge snowfall. They'll look pretty for a time being, and I think it will cause a mess for us for the afternoon and evening drives. And then we're not talking about nearly anything from West Plains back through Mountain Home. Cold rain for you folks, if you get much of anything. If you see the snowflakes, it's not going to stick around for very long. So sorry for you snow lovers that live south of I-44. It's not going to amount to much. I don't think we get a whole lot here in the Springfield area either, but it will be enough to make travel slick. A second storm that will bring additional chances for rain and snow in the forecast again. This begins very late Thursday night through Saturday morning. And this one, once again, it's looking eerily similar to this storm that just came through. But this time the temperature profile may be much, much colder. So this is something to watch for late this week. It is a very active work week in the Ozarks. I'm monitoring another storm system that will bring rain and snow chances to the region Thursday night through Saturday. Plenty of uncertainty still. It's only Tuesday, but this is the next one that I'm watching. The exact track still unknown, but this thing has the potential to land in the Ozarks once again. And with much colder weather in place, I think it could mean impactful weather for us in the Ozarks as we round out the work week forecast. I mentioned those much colder temperatures. We are talking about maybe 20 degrees below normal by the weekend. So our 35 for today is looking pretty good in comparison. Don't let the high temperature fool you today. We're going to spend most of the day in the low 30s with a strong northwest wind, feeling like the teens. Again, limit your time outdoors. Not a day that you want to forget the gloves. I expect, though, that we see our snow showers come to an end today, right around 5 or 6 p.m. The radar will be clear. And then we're talking about sunshine returning. That happens for Wednesday and Thursday. And boy, do temperatures respond. We're back in the 40s for highs on Wednesday. By Thursday, we have high temperatures near 50 degrees. And then the cold blast comes again on Friday. Rain changes to snowfall. Again, that could accumulate as we head into Saturday morning. And for the weekend, we're looking at 20s for afternoon highs. So it's going to be really, really frigid in the forecast by the weekend. Around the country, a major winter storm impacting us right now. Of course, that's what we're talking about here in the Ozarks, but much of the country dealing with this too. And you probably saw some of the headlines. Amazing traffic troubles from Kansas back through Nebraska. Well, that storm system is going to be impacting portions of the Ohio River Valley today, as well as Minnesota as we head into this afternoon. So we'll probably see some headlines coming out of those states as well. Severe thunderstorms for the Gulf Coast. That happens early today, and flooding potential for the Gulf states as well. And there are also flooding concerns going on in Hawaii with flood watches out for all of the Hawaiian Islands. All right, let's get to that wake up weather brain twister question today. All right, here it is. This one has to do with some snowfall, and some of you probably will remember this event, or at least you heard about it happening. Here it is. This is the question that I left you with yesterday. The official 24-hour snowfall record for Missouri is 24 inches. In which county on February 25th of 1979? The options that I gave you were Polk County, Missouri, Perry County, Howell County, or Cape Girardeau County. Well, this did not occur in the Ozarks, but D, Cape Girardeau County is the answer. And this happened in the city of Cape Girardeau too. This goes down in the Missouri Climate Center's book of official records. The official 24-hour state snowfall record in Missouri is 24 inches at Cape Girardeau in 1979. Another major storm event impacted southeastern Kansas, northeastern Oklahoma, northwestern Arkansas, and extreme southwestern Missouri on February 8th and 9th. So February of 1979 was a rough month for winter weather. It's shaping up to be kind of a rough month for us. January of 2024. Maybe we'll make the record books at one of these storms. We'll see. Maybe just the extreme cold as we head into next week and the middle of January. Congrats. If D was your choice, you will be entered to win a $20 gift card to Scooter's Coffee. All right, here's the question that I leave you with for tomorrow. True or false? Reducing the air pressure in your tires improves traction on slick, icy roads. Do you think that statement is true or false? 50-50 shot for $20 to Scooter's Coffee. You can enter to win every single day. Right guesses are entered to win that drawing. So head on over to the website and enter there. Thanks so much for listening to Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather this morning. I sure appreciate it. I hope everybody stays safe, drive safely. Take it slow is the word of the day for this winter weather. Don't be in a hurry. Plan some extra time as you're heading out. Also, while you're over on the website, don't forget you can win tickets to that wild card game this weekend for the Kansas City Chiefs. That is sponsored by Smouths Brothers Foundation Repair and Waterproofing. So, whole lot of stuff to check out at the website, and we will keep you covered there. Up to the minute weather information all day long. Thanks for listening. Stay safe, everybody.